Hey, everybody. You guys thought we weren't going to show up, eh? We're having a big meeting in the other room. Oscar making a now meeting without me, so I'm a little bit nervous. Hopefully that salary cut's not coming. Hey, guys, for those of you who haven't, please enter your name. Yeah, many of you haven't. Enter your name and where you are from. Let's see who is here. Hey, it's Gary, Dave, Kim, and Lana. My God, you guys should have walked over here. We could have had a cheering section on the other side of the cameras. We could have held up, cheer and laugh cards every time Oscar told a joke. That would have been good. Ruth and Harvey, how are you guys? Yeah, I don't think you're in Ontario. Hello, Joyce and Denny. Gary Ernest. Okay, guys, we're going to get started in about 1 minute here. And yes, Oscar and Megan are going to be here shortly. Just going to move over, everybody. Get the chairs ready. Okay.
Hello,
Lee and Cheryl. I was telling
Happy
these guys,
Thursday.
Megan, I was telling Gary, Dave, Kim, Lana, they should have been,
we should have
had them. We could have made an audience and had
so
some cheer and laugh things.
That's right.
They are, for you guys don't understand what we're talking about. Sorry to keep you out. Gary, Dave, Kim, Lana were on our 7-day tour, which ended this morning. And they are staying a bit longer, and they're sitting in a hotel just on the other side of the river from us.
Yeah.
In fact, if you guys go out on your deck and yell, we'll probably hear you.
That's right.
Good evening, everybody. How's my peeps doing? The new peeps?
And the old peeps.
The old peeps.
Timothy.
All my peeps. All our peeps.
Hey, the Rutherfords from Ontario.
Gary and Lana are on.
Gary and Lana with.
There.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess they're over here now.
With Kim and Dave.
They switched hotels.
Oh, yeah, they are different places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then it's still close. Hello, David from Florida. So we're going to get started. We're going to tell you what we're going to do here tonight. People keep coming on, so please introduce yourself. Welcome our YouTube and Facebook followers. You can do everything that our StreamYard people can do, except you won't be able to join us live on the call if you want. But hey, we'll talk about that in a sec. Hey, Dave from Calgary.
When are Brad and Kathy, our Pennsylvanians, coming on tour with us?
Oh, yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know.
I see you guys on every week.
Yeah. Welcome to her, Brad and Kathy. Okay, so we're going to introduce yourselves in a second, folks. And this is a live general Q&A. You can ask any single thing you want as long as it's about Panama. And we're going to give you the answers of what we know. And if we don't, we will find the answer. But we should kind of tell you, because I notice the Facebook, YouTube crowd is big tonight. And a lot of people just stumble across us and they're looking at these three crazy people, one crazy person and two normal looking people. And wondering who are they? So we are going to tell them who we are. Megan, go ahead.
Hey, Teresa Pope got her Panama book today.
Nice.
Okay, I'm Megan. I am from Pennsylvania. I am our director of operations. Originally came to Panama in 2018 after graduating from Penn State and going into the Peace Corps. Found myself here in beautiful Panama and had no idea how popular it was for North Americans to move to and retire to. And so I did a lot of really interesting development work in rural communities in Panama. And then towards the end of midway through my service, met Oscar, and by the end ended up moving here. And now we're married. We have a little boy. And I did a lot of the tours with him back in the beginning. Now I spend a lot of my time here in Boquete, raising our son and doing a lot of family stuff, and also handling all of the operations and logistics of our tours and moving our amazing guests here. So if you decide to come on tour with us, You'll work with me to make sure you're ready to go, ready for your visit. I'll help you with all of your planning. And if you're spending extra time in Panama, I'm here to help you organize all of that. And if you move here, I'm also going to help you along with these guys, make sure that that's a really smooth, great move for you. So Rod has up on the screen now all of our offerings, our 7-day tour, our 3-day tour, and our total access pass. Those are all the ways that we can really help you on a comprehensive level to make sure that your whole journey here is really smooth and make sure that Panama is the right decision for you. Now, our 3-day tour, we have some new openings on. That's super exciting. In August, we just had some cancellations due to some health issues. So we love our Highlands tours, and they've been becoming more and more popular. And we are actually based in Boquete, which is where the tour is based out of. So it's very personal and fun for us to do these tours. And we realize now that these tours, a lot of the people that come on them, they know the Cherokee Highlands is for them, and they're ready to make the move. So we are making them even more and more personalized. Like the one we have coming up, I had multiple people reaching out saying, we know we want to see this certain type of housing while we're on the tour. So we said, let's throw it into the tour. Typically, we're going to tell you, make sure you love Panama before you're really thinking about housing. But if that's what you want to see, that's what we're here to help you with. So just a little plug for that, because we do have a couple openings coming up in August.
We are a small group tour, so we can make those, like we met with the group an hour ago. They're arriving in a week to 10 days.
For our June tour,
Yeah, for the June Cherokee Highlands tour, which is, sorry, sold out. But we met with them, and we can make modifications so everyone gets to see what they want. But we do have coming up for August 25th, 2 spots left, 4 people. And October, we have room for 6 people on that tour. Then next year, we have a whole list of Cherokee Highlands tours, and really very simple. Monday, we start in Boquete. Arrival is Sunday. We start in Boquete, and then we go through down to David to see what David has all the services. And we do visit one beach, because it doesn't matter if you live in the mountains. You're in the tropics. You want to go to the beach once a month.
And
So
it's not
we
a
do,
Cherokee
and it's
Yeah.
and then we come back up and we start seeing places in the Highlands. We end up in Boquete. Tuesday, we go to our famous Tuesday market, of course, and we visit different residences and rentals, and we look at properties. And in the afternoon, we have a meeting where we meet lawyers and banking and insurance people, and talk about rentals and getting your driver's license, on and on and on. And Wednesday, we go to Volcan, and on the way back, we see some other communities. Palmyra and
Everything in
Puerto
between from
Rico,
David
yeah,
to
exactly.
Boquete.
Anyways, we were doing an introduction.
Introductions,
and I
yes.
got way off.
You're talking. Talk about yourself.
I just
Yeah.
had to let you guys know
Well,
about
sorry.
this great
Yeah,
opportunity.
I'm going to go next, because there's going to be zero time for Oscar to do his introduction. So thank you, Megan. My name is Rod. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Moved here 13 and a half years ago. And never looked back. Panama's the place for me. I live here. I met Oscar my 3rd month here. He helped solve a bunch of problems I was having. He's already been here 3 years, and he was already helping expats move here. We became partners pretty quick, and we became best friends, business partners, and we've grown ever since. We started our group tours. We had the idea 2017, 2018. We made it into a plan and started launching group tours. And our focus was small group tours, because we don't want you to have to wear a name tag for us to remember your names. So it's that type of a small group, because the 3 of us meet you on the entire tour. We'll meet you on the tour, and you'll be able to ask us questions. And then when we have meetings with experts, we want to make sure you have the chance to ask your questions and talk with them privately if you need to. That's why we do the small group tours. So anyways, I'm happy here. I love Panama. Not going back to Canada, even though I love Canada. But anyways, Oscar, you have 12 seconds.
I'm Oscar.
No, I'm teasing you. Let's go.
Bye.
And, oh, wait, before you start pumping your questions in the chat, folks. Questions only in the chat from now on. Oscar's going to introduce himself, then we're going to answer your questions.
All right.
Go ahead, Oscar.
Oh, can I go now?
You can go now.
May I have your permission?
You may.
May I have your blessing?
Yes, you do.
Okay, thank you. I'm Oscar Peña, co-owner of Return Panama and co-founder as well. And I've been here in Panama for, it's going to be in August, 17 years. I have a background of hospitality, hotel industry, restaurants, name it. All tourism involved, tour operators being a guide and stream guides all below. So I've been here doing the tour. I'm the one making sure everybody is having a great time and everybody's safe, most of the time, always. And having a good time with it, having a food experience because it's all about a cultural exchange in Panama. I've been left Colombia back in 2006, went to Costa Rica first for 3 years and a half, and I've been working and living in Panama since 2009. And what motivated me was seeing a lot of people struggling just with the basics, just because the language barrier, the culture has changed, so they couldn't understand how to get things done. That's what motivated me to become a facilitator in a bridge in between the two cultures, since I've been working before with a lot of North American customers and also from Europe. So my input is to make sure you guys are understanding Panama and the ways how we do here in Panama, like the old saying is, in Rome, you do as Romanians. So that's the main thing to do here in Panama. Once you understand that, when you're okay with that, then that's how we can follow the process to help you out to find the place, to what is going to be the town, what is going to be the neighborhood. And Panama is not for everybody, but it's a beautiful country. I'm more than happy here. I'm very blessed to live in. For our perspective, Boquete is a place, but that doesn't mean it's for everybody. For you, it could be Pedesí, it could be Coronado, it could be Panama City, it could be Chitre, it could be Puerto Muelles, it could be anywhere in the country. So the tour allows you to understand mostly what is Panama, what is the country, what is the culture, and also to make a final decision in the end of the tour. That's what we're here for, and provide you all the full support you might need.
There we go. All right, folks. Now, there's going to be a lot of questions based on the number of people here. And so, two ways for your questions. We would honestly love to meet some of you guys tonight. So, number one, type your question in the chat. Try to be as specific as possible. And number two is type the word live, L-I-V-E, in the chat, and we will bring you into the studio, camera and mic, and you can. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. And we will.
Keep putting it on you.
Sorry. Yeah.
There we go.
If you type live in the chat, we'll bring you in the studio. And there we go. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. There we go. Mike and Lisa. Were we to stay a time in Boquete, what beach would you recommend? There's three nearby.
Yeah, any of the Cherokee beaches would be good for an overnight. Las Lajas Beach, Barqueta Beach is the closest. I would say Las Lajas is probably the most popular just because it's a little bit safer for swimming. Barqueta can have some riptides, especially at high tide. And then Boca Chica is also amazing. A lot of the local tour operators do day trips there, and you can go out to the islands. There's nowhere to stay on the islands, but except the closest one, but they have some really beautiful beaches out in the Gulf of Cherokee. So any of those. And then a lot of people from Boquete go to Bocas del Toro, but that would be like another trip entirely.
Yeah, major trip. Yeah. It's a 3-4 hour drive, but it's great to explore.
You want to stay at least a couple days
there. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Teresa is, Hey, Teresa.
Teresa.
She's going to be staying in Boquete, and then she's on her 7-day tour in November.
Oh, cool.
Way to go, Teresa.
Awesome.
Okay. Gary, for the 7-day tour, what airport do you pick people up?
At Panama City Airport. PTY is the code. It's called Tocumen International Airport.
Exactly. There are only 2 airports in Canada that accept international flights. That's PTY and that's Rio Hackle, which is actually RIO. And but that's only for some Canadian flights. But we pick you up in the city. Okay. I'm so distracted on a 3. I didn't really get to enjoy and interact with many. Oh yeah, but you want to come on the full 7 days?
Yeah, come see the whole
like
thing.
you told us, so that's great.
Oh, Gary wants to come on live. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Melanie.
Oh, Melanie, you're so right. I just couldn't. You don't want to be on. Well, okay. You said it, Melanie. The small group's just the way to go. Gary, I am going to invite you to the studio. Something will have popped up. We're going to take another question as we're waiting for you. That's a great idea, Debbie. We could do an audio. I'm going to get Megan to do an audio on chapter 9.
For sure,
all the slang stuff, and we'll put it in the members area. Perfect. For those of you guys don't know what Debbie's referring to, she's referring to this. Now, this product isn't just a book. It's 3 things. It is a almost 500-page hardcover, beautiful book with over 100,000 words all about Panama. And it is a lifetime membership access to our complete Rolodex that we've gathered over the years. And it's complete access to Oscar, Megan, and myself. But in chapter 9 talks about all the different slang words and stuff like that. Sorry, we're laughing at what we can see. You guys can't see. Where are you guys? And so, yeah, that's a great idea. We're going to go through on it.
There's our peeps on the other side of the screen. Hey, guys! We are having a wonderful time. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
We are so grateful to you guys for the week that you gave us here all across the country. Anybody else listening on this is the group to go with. Rod, Oscar, Megan, they are the absolute greatest. They take care of you from the very beginning all the way through and then beyond. And Lana and I are looking forward to becoming neighbors here in the next couple of months, and moving down here to hopefully Boquete, maybe a little bit further south, depending on what Lana wants to do. But yeah.
Wherever the queen says.
Yeah, you guys are the greatest. You guys are the greatest. These are rock stars. And anybody thinking about coming and looking at what's going on down here, I mean, you can't pick anyone better than Rod and Oscar and Megan. They're fantastic. What do you guys think behind me here? Good job.
Guys.
The Volcon Day tour today with Oscar, and it was fabulous. Great guy.
So thankful for you guys. Thank you so much. You mean a lot to us.
Oh, we're gonna miss those guys.
Well, they're all coming back soon.
Yeah, they are.
And
Okay,
this is what
Cheryl
we do.
asked,
And this is what
That's
we
why
do.
we do what we do.
Exactly.
okay, Cheryl asked, do you go to the Pedicee on a 7-day trip?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Of course. Can't
It's
skip
one of
it.
the was one of the highlights of the tour. Pedicee. Pedicee is magical place for the people that resonate with the place, because it's not just the place, it's about the community, it's about all the cultural aspects and understanding, because every single place in Panama has uniqueness in different spots.
Yeah, and you guys stay overnight there too.
Yeah, we stay overnight, we get to meet some folks, some of the folks that have been on tours in Pedicee.
Have dinner with the Expat.
Yeah. And anyway, so I mean, we should be called not just a relocation tour, but we are like also relocation, cultural, and foodie tour.
Foodie tour. There
We
we go.
promise you to,
That's
try really good food. We make sure our backgrounds from hospitality and restaurants. We allow us to pick good places so you guys get to good Panama flavors.
Yeah, and meeting the expats in each place too is a big thing people love.
Yeah.
Right on, David. That's a great question, David. Typically, if it still shows 2 spots on June, can we still get a room?
Yeah.
Because like our tours are typically, as you know, we're small group tours. We're 12 to 16 people, just as we advertise. Right now, we have 14 on that group. We
I'll
were
text
quite
the
happy.
hotel now.
Yeah, we're texting that we're making you a booking, David.
Well, Rod has an extra room, so you don't have to
Yeah.
stay here. No problem.
No. And David, just go to our website, please, and you will see if you really want to do this. If you really want to do this, you can book the tour tonight. Don't worry, we guarantee that you'll be on it. You'll get an instant refund if for some reason the hotel's full.
Yeah.
But we could still add 1 or 2 people on, like one room, like 1 or 2 to take that room. Yes. Okay. Paul, one of the best real estate company. Well, there are many. There's no best. Different people deal with different types of properties.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's the best real estate company. It's a best agent.
Yeah.
We work with, not work with, but we will recommend different agents and different companies all
agents
over the country based on what sort of follow-up support they provide for you guys.
And also advising your profile, yes, like you say, like details, also even personality, because we have to make sure that you feel comfortable.
We have found with real estate companies in Panama, they tend to only show you their properties. So you're not seeing the full breadth of what's available in Panama. With a buyer's agent who has none or few properties of their own, they have built relationships with all the different real estate companies. And, sorry, real estate companies, you're only gonna make half the commission on it. So, but you have protection on that side.
I think something we also don't talk about a lot, but is important, is that it is a little bit aggressive real estate culture here because listings will be with multiple agents, and companies and agents or developers will try and get your information as soon as you reach out to them and say that you are their client forever.
Yeah, if you email any of these people online, they will say they've been our client since 1412
because you sent them one email. So it is important to be careful and make sure you have an agent that's really going to be looking out for your best interests and have them lining up your showings, and somebody that can line up showings through multiple companies, not just theirs.
Hey, Louisa from Chicago. Is it true that we have to pay tax for bringing wood furniture to Panama? If it's raw wood furniture, it's not really a tax. It's more of a pesticide control fee. But if it's finished wood furniture, no, there's nothing additional on it. Hey, Timothy, that process does not start in Panama City, unfortunately. That process starts like 45 days before, and having all the paperwork done. Nobody needs to meet you at the airport. Mensa staff are bilingual, and if your paperwork is there and correct, you won't have any problem. If your paperwork isn't correct, you could be delayed for several hours because they always deal with the people with the correct paperwork first, and then they make the others wait. Or if it's something serious, like your cat doesn't have the right vaccines or the right time, they can quarantine your animal. So if you want more information of how I can assist you, please just click on the link that I just put into the chat. Okay, where are we?
Elizabeth.
There we go. Elizabeth, no, you have to declare your state of residency. It's more than just obtaining a residence in a state. You have to check with every state, but if you Google no state tax residency, you'll find all these companies that have the service. Florida is one. North Dakota is the best because you don't even have to go there. Florida, you actually have to go there, and you might need a utility bill. I don't know. That's not our business, obviously. I've just helped different of our clients in the past do it. So there are several states that have no state tax.
The quickest, I think, is South Dakota.
Yeah, North Dakota. I think so. And
But for most, besides them, I think you have to get a driver's license.
well,
in
some
that state.
every state is different. What requires you to be a
Or
resident?
live there for
So you
6
need to
months.
find one of those companies that can help you set up a residency in a tax-free state.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike and Lisa. Nancy wants to come live. Hey, Nancy, I am inviting you into the studio. We're going to take the next question and then we'll bring you on.
Edward asks, what are August tour dates and cities toured?
Okay, August tour dates are, you guys go through our 7-day agenda quickly.
Right. So our 7 day, although, do we have 7-day in August or is it
No,
just 3
it's
days?
only
Oh, I'm
3 days.
sorry. Yeah, August is the
just
Cherokee
3 days.
Highlands tour.
Right. So our 3-day tour is in the Cherokee Highlands. We're based in Boquete throughout the tour. We go to the closest beach to the Highlands, which is Playa Barqueta, just to give you an idea of what's available on the Cherokee Pacific coastline, because it's great for beach day trips. And then also David, which is our capital city, give you a quick tour of that area, the big amenities available to you there and services. And then come back up to Boquete, see some options for living on the way from David, Dolega, Boquete. And then we spend all of Tuesday in Boquete, go to the Tuesday market, have a meeting with all of our service providers in this area, talk all relocation logistics. And then Wednesday we go over to Volcan and Cerro Punta, see that area. And then we have a great big dinner with all of our local expats. And it comes with our book, it comes with our follow-up services, and any support you need to get you here and get you set up.
And the date is August 25th to 28th. Okay. Best places for a solo person, woman, to move to.
I guess probably like the more populated areas with more activities would be best for singles because there's just more going on. I think Boquete is very popular, Coronado is very popular, and Panama City. Even maybe Pedasí as well.
Mm-hmm.
But those are probably the most popular areas because the smaller you go, the more limited it's going to be as far as getting involved and finding different groups and circles and community.
Yeah, exactly. I have invited Nancy and Roz into the studio. You have to accept the message that's popped up on your screen somewhere.
Just had an amazing trip to Isla Colón, Coronero, Cristóbal. Most people suggest not to use a realtor. Talk to locals and connect with owners, sellers. Any input?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Depends on the situation, but real estate agent, if it's a very reportable real estate agent, will protect you because the real estate agent will look into the property and also if it's clean title. It's just not about, some people suggest that out of the owner of the property will have to pay the commission to the real estate agent. That's how life works. But the thing is, the real estate agent will work for your own benefit, especially if it's a real estate agent, it's work for your best interest. Same thing with the lawyers. You gotta always choose a lawyer that is differently from the seller. So it's not conflict of interest. You gotta make sure the lawyer is not, if somebody got to rush you into a real estate deal, just facilitate, just to make it quick, walk away. I'm sorry, but that's the way. Walk
I
away.
will say, like, boots on the ground, word of mouth is a great way
It's a great way to do it.
get an idea of prices, what things are going for,
And rank first,
availability. However, if you do find something just with a by the seller, absolutely use a real estate attorney that's reputable here.
Oscar, Megan, and I, for as long as we've been here, we could buy a house with a for sale by owner without an agent. We have enough knowledge now. Real estate in Panama is not the same as it is in the US or Canada. It is totally different. So you should not, you need the agent to protect you, and you need a lawyer provided by yourself, not the seller, to guide you through the process. There is no titles office. There is no title insurance. There are, you personally have no way of knowing if there's a lien on that property. That it might be clear of the owner, but the property could be held in a corporation and one of the directors has something.
So could be in, who knows, hold it by somebody involved in some legal issues 10 years before. It's at the mean extension by the government. You never know. So if you're not going to use a real estate agent, that's fine. Most important is use a real estate lawyer differently, somebody reportable. Do we have that lawyer? Yes, we do have. We have several options, and just that's one of the most healthy ways to do it for a person in real estate.
We have seen, sorry, we're being strong on this. We see it. People come to us for help after they've done things like this. We have seen people buy a piece of land that has 3 people on the title.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen people buy a home that they're involved in a lawsuit now.
Yeah.
So yes, you need a realtor is our question. Okay, let's talk families. A family with 3 kids, 1 to 4. Oh my goodness.
Well, we're raising an almost 3-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Boquete, we do have is becoming more families. There is also young families in different areas in the country, like Panama City. Lots of families with young children in Panama City. In my knowledge, Percy, Volcan. So it's more important is like for you to check out and see how you guys feel about it. That what they resonate with you, and then after that, see what is the community with families. It's strongly when that young age as a father. And I will say, I always check where is the nearest hospital, education, stuff like that. So Boquete makes sense for me because in 20 minutes, I'm down in David, private hospital, public hospital, children's mother hospital. That's me. So
it's important to think about what school you want to.
But there's a young student. So like Megan and Megan, I should say, my amazing Megan, she has started like a small group of toddlers. In the mornings, Monday to Friday. So we do have a little bit something going on with the toddlers.
It's people you're not going to connect with families just on a vacation here.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit more time to get into those groups because obviously they're busy working and in school. So you're not just going to see them out on your visit here, but we're definitely here.
We're going to bring Roz on live for the person asking for the Cherokee Highlands tour in 10 days. Yes, the hotel just replied back to Megan. There is 1 room left in that hotel. So we put a hold on it for 24 hours.
Just in case.
And so if you want to book that one, book it now. I noticed someone already booked October. 2 people. So there we go. Roz, we're bringing you on. We can hear you. We can't see you.
I'm so sorry. This is my first time, and I'm not ready.
Oh, you're not ready for us now?
Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, I have a question, but I'm certainly not camera.
Yeah, sure.
Tell us.
Yeah, so I had put this in the question box. In Boquete, are there any communities, that you would recommend, maybe seniors or people who, or don't really have much going on in terms of rental properties?
Sorry, can you ask that one more time?
Yes. Oops. So in Boquete, right, would you say, are there any communities that would be recommended for, let's say, folk over 60?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All of Boquete.
Well, we don't have over 55 communities in Panama. That doesn't even exist.
Okay.
Anyone can live anywhere in the country. But there are like hundreds and hundreds of single women seniors here.
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of couples and single men. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all over the Boquete district. I would say, like, for some of the single women, they do prefer some of the more gated communities, maybe like Valle Escondido or Boquete Country Club, just for that safety aspect and be able to lock up and go and travel as they please and not worry about anything. But there's so many groups, so many ways to get involved, and plenty of retiree age, and I mean, it's a great community for
It's a
everyone.
very a lot of diversity in Panama, Boquete precise. We have young expats. We have people expats in the 40s and 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 30s. So it is a very wide open community, and it is very grouped as a sector. So it's wherever you fit in, and also neighborhoods. Some gated communities that are more calm. Some other communities are more festive. Some neighborhoods, if you want to be among Boqueteños or Panameños in different areas in the country, so it's a place for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And one second question. And so I saw this on one of the videos today. Coronado, is that like on the opposite side of the country?
Yeah, it's about 1.5 to 2 hours outside of Panama City.
Okay, great. Thank you for your
Boquete is about 7 hours away from Panama City, driving.
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Roz.
Yeah. So the country goes east to west. Boquete is on the extreme west part, close to Costa Rica. Is the province that limits to Costa Rica border.
Yeah, but we have a flight to David that makes it accessible.
Very accessible.
Okay, Cam, how dog friendly are things? I'm coming with a 70-year-old dog who has always gone everywhere with you, even including to work all day. Oh, I wish well, no, I actually do that. I bring my dogs to work every day.
Every day. They're right here, right now.
There's most restaurants have dog friendly patios outside. Some are dog friendly inside. You cannot, however, take your dog on public transit.
Right.
If you want a taxi, you're gonna have to take a solo taxi, one that will take dogs. The shared taxis will not. Anything you guys throw in?
No, it's pretty dog friendly for the most
super
part.
dog
I don't have a problem
As
finding
long as your
rentals.
dog is well behaved.
Yeah.
The thing with the rental is something you tell beforehand, but if the dog's well behaved, it's only one. It's fairly easy.
All right, here we have on the same note from Cheryl. Can you talk about different volunteer opportunities with animals, children, people with disabilities, etc.?
Yeah, there's opportunities.
We just want
Hospice, dog
Yeah,
shelters, dog neutery programs. You can always.
No idea.
There's a lot of fundraising in different parts of the country. So yeah, there is.
Yeah, Amigos de Animales.
Amigos, here
We
in
have
Boquete,
all
we have
over the
Amigos de
country.
Animales, we got Dog Camp, we have Boquete Hospice, we have sometimes we do Kids Camp. So it's many things. The recycling.
You just whisper that you're interested in volunteering,
And
and
that's
they
it.
will.
There's
Grab
also
you up.
in Boquete we have Rotary Club. We have also a Bible Fellowship. They do a lot of cool things for the community.
So many.
There's so many. There's also volunteers on the beach side for release sea turtles.
Yeah. Dee asks, I was hoping for some clarification about Pensionata visa and marriage certificate. I thought I heard on a previous call that we need the certificate to be dated within 6 months. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, you did.
Correctly.
But don't worry. In Canada, your vital statistics can make you a new copy of your marriage certificate, and they certify as of this date that this marriage certificate is real. And your old certificate, the crumbling one that if you bend it, the corners fall off, you don't need that. They don't want that. They want a new copy issued by your government source that this is your marriage certificate, and your lawyer will help you get that. Okay.
Lee and Michelle, can you guys discuss the healthcare options?
Okay.
Yeah, so there is public healthcare here. There's also private healthcare. There's also Social Security healthcare. So we typically recommend private, even most Panamanians who can afford it will go with private health insurance and use private health care, private hospitals, private doctors. Both are reasonably affordable. I mean, public is extremely affordable, and doctors typically split their time between public and private. The difference is that public, there can be extreme wait times, and sometimes they don't have the supplies or staffing necessary. Whereas private is very well staffed, very great care. And so if you, and the insurance and is very affordable, and also just the care is a fraction of what you would pay in the US. So we have people that get insurance, which we highly recommend, or some people that decide to pay out of pocket, even in private healthcare. And it really depends on a case-by-case basis, the way you want to go with it.
And for your part-time people, the ones that live 6 months here, 6 months back in the U.S. and Canada, Canadians, you can use your medical advantage for your emergencies here. And if you have something serious, you travel home. But the Medicare Advantage will take care of you in the best private hospitals. And they direct bill in a lot of them too.
Tom, is it possible to buy a couple of months of cell service with Tigo by phoning or online before I fly into Rio Alto?
So only they get the private, they get to buy a SIM card, get a week charge or credit.
Yeah, you have to visit. You got to get a SIM card or visit them to get a air card. What's it called? The digital card.
That's a digital card you can get a full data internationally also.
Dale, just in the early stages of considering a move, haven't settled in a country or time frame. Is a trip a good idea for someone like me, geared more for someone who has chosen Panama? No, it's totally for somebody like you. Many people who come on our tours are doing tours to other countries as well that are just in the first stages of exploring. So we've had people come on our tour that said, we tried to do this in a week in other countries and we weren't able to. And we decided this was a way better investment than trying to do it on our own. So for sure.
You are in the right path with us.
There's no doubt. A single at $2,500, a couple at $4,000. We've saved the majority of our customers more money than that, just in guiding them not to make the mistakes and not to spend the money on things they don't need to spend the money on.
Yeah. Terry asks, do rentals typically come furnished?
Depends on the location in the country.
But on the average,
in the most expat communities, yes. Most expat communities. But if you're some area like Chitre, maybe not. But it all depends. But for the most part, all the expat communities, yes. However, Megan and I, we found a rental. It didn't come non-furnished, so it happens. And this is the very high-end expat community in Boquete. But Megan,
furnished is more common than unfurnished.
Yeah.
Well, we're the ones actually looking non-furnished because we have collected a lot of stuff for the last how many years?
Collecting.
Yeah.
As
you
one
don't
does.
do well on a furnished house anymore.
Hey,
How do I
Julie,
post
we
a
have
question, Rose? We already talked to you, Rose,
Oh,
and
yeah,
we
we
got
did.
more questions. Just type it in.
We have Julie coming on a tour in the next month. Please talk a bit about the options of moving stuff.
Okay. Easy, hard, expensive. Yes. No, all depends how much stuff, Julie. If you're
Right.
sending boxes, we're going to have multiple options for you. Now, what's it going to cost? Totally relative to where you are from and what you're moving. But you can move. Let's say, for example, you can get your stuff to Florida. You can bring a pallet that's 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot of boxes for about $1,200 to Panama. So if that gives you an idea, if you think that's like 4 cubic foot boxes, that's 60 now. That's a lot of boxes. So that gives you an idea there. If you're going to move all your furniture and stuff like that, a 20-foot container, you're going to start around $3,000 to get that to different places in Panama. So
We've vetted a few different
It's
quite a
not
few different
hard
companies, and
because
you want to go with the right people.
yeah, companies are going to guide you through it. What you should never ever do is open up your yellow pages. Oh, AAA
Yeah.
movers, I'm going to use them. I've actually had people use well-known international movers out of the U.S. that have totally screwed it up and cost them 4 times as much. You want movers in Panama.
That know Panama.
You want the owner of the moving company is the guy that takes the customs officer and his wife for dinner. Those are the type of contacts that we have in moving here. So your stuff will get through good. Mhm.
Mike and Lisa said, Dale, take the trip. It is all the inspiration I needed to begin my due diligence.
There we go.
That's right. John, what is required to open a bank account? What banks do you recommend?
What is required? Every bank has different requirements. I'm going to give you the average. Hopefully, the person that asked that has the pen. If not, there's an entire chapter on banking in the book
Yeah.
that has lists every bank that we like and what they require. But you're going to need your ID, obviously. You're going to need a letter of reference from your current U.S. Canada bank that states John Doe has had an account with ABC Bank for X number of years, and the account is in good standing. That's it. You're going to need proof of income, whether that's tax returns or your pension letter. You're going to need, some banks might require proof of residence here, meaning a letter from your lawyer that you're in the process, or if you already have a card, which is great. And some might require some type of rental that you're staying here. That can be even if that's an Airbnb, long-term booking, or a hotel, or an actual lease. So those are your average things. What banks? We like several in Panama. I'm going to list them off here. Multi-bank, Banco General, BAC, Global Bank. You got to decide, what do you want? Do you want English speaking? Do you want English on your banking apps? Stuff like that. So there's many things to consider there. So,
All right. I don't know. Do you know what this means, Rod? Do you
What?
recommend any Pensionata Visa grants?
Yeah, I do not know what you mean, Edward. If you could please ask another question explaining that. Pennsylvania.
He also
do you
asked
recommend?
title companies in Panama?
No, there's no.
No.
There's no such thing. A title company is a company that offers title insurance, and they'll do research for you, stuff like that. That is done by your real estate lawyer here. That's who has access to that information, not an independent company.
Okay, and who pays real estate fees? The seller?
Yeah, typically, yeah. Well, yeah, real estate fees is by the seller. The seller pays the commission.
Yeah. Cheryl asks, if you live in Boquete, what airport do you use for international travel? Tocumen, Panama City International Airport. We keep hearing inklings of David offering some international flights, but
David has 4 flights a day during the week to Tocumen, 5 on the weekends, and a couple of them. They don't all go to Tocumen. Sorry, 4 flights a week to Panama City, 5 on the weekends.
Yep. Guy asks, how expensive is it to rent a rental car with all the add-on expenses at the counter? I see low rates on web, but is that the reality?
It is not.
Good question.
Nope.
Great
Especially
example, guys. Go ahead, Oscar.
No, especially if you're looking from North American websites, you have to look into Panama website.
Budget
So let's say
Panama.
Budget Panama, National Panama, Alamo Panama, Thrifty Panama, and then by law, all car rentals has to use by law has to be the full insurance in Panama. So the full insurance that is on your credit card, that means nothing here in Panama. It all recommended fully 100% full insurance, including windshield scratch, anything. So because what happens is if you're on the highway and there's a truck loading with some material and it meets one little rock on the windshield, they chip it, and then that's it. That's your deposit.
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah.
No, we're just trying to get through questions.
No, we're
We're
trying to
about
get the
10
questions
minutes
because
left.
we're ending up.
But we're going to invite Carter on live. If you're still on, we'll invite you, and we're going to try and take a couple
Hey, John,
more questions while we're
trying
going
to
here.
get some.
John, what's the best way to travel around the country if you don't want to drive a car?
If you can handle public transit, John, ask Megan. She's traveled around all of Cherokee, the whole country.
The whole country
on
on
public
public buses. Yeah, I would say if you know a little
I
bit of
can.
Spanish, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But the bus system is definitely safe, reliable, affordable, and taxis as well. Just make sure to negotiate with taxis before you ride. And buses they're always going to charge you the same no matter what. It's super affordable. You just gotta talk your way around to know the routes and know the timing, because it's not just a website where you can know all of that information. Unfortunately, it should be. Bob asks, any recommendations on best areas to relocate for golf?
2 areas, the beaches area in Boquete. That's one. And in Panama City, if you want to live right in the city.
Yep.
Panama City has lots of golf courses from Coronado to past Buenaventura.
Playa Blanca.
Playa Blanca has
Yeah.
golf. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Playa
Boquete
Blanca
has
Golf
2
and Playa Blanca, Vista Mar,
Yeah,
Bijao.
So anywhere in that beaches
Buenaventura.
area, you're 30 to 40 minutes from multiple golf courses.
Yeah, it's a different kinds, different luxurious situations or amenities, and different prices.
Nancy asks, do you have to quarantine your pets when you bring them?
Yes, you have to apply for home quarantine with NINSA before you get here, or they'll quarantine them for you, which you don't want. It's a 40-day home quarantine, costs $130 to apply. And we can help you do it if you need help.
Yeah, and don't you worry, nobody's gonna come check out because once you live there, nobody knows where you live.
Belinda
Not bad.
asks, can we wear shorts in Boquete this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, depends where you are. If you're in Cerro Punta, no. I mean, it's during the day if it's sunny, but in Boquete, yeah, during the day, no problem.
Yeah.
At nighttime, I mean, I'm a little bit, if it's windy, yeah, I might wear long pants. But during the day, no problem.
Teresa, I'm going to be 71 in August. What are my private insurance health options?
You got several options. You can buy international insurance up until when you're 75. You can have local co-pay insurance, which is cheaper, which looks after you when you're in Panama. You're going to pay in the district, in the area of anywhere between $160 and $400, depending on how you want to be covered, Tracy, per month.
D, unfortunately, we don't know how marriage certificates work in Cuba.
Oh, yeah, great
We're
question.
gonna have to figure that out. Maybe
you
our
married in
lawyers
Cuba?
could help you.
This is what happens, Dee, a couple of times. And we had this happen once this year already. If you're in a country that's not going to issue marriage certificates, you're going to fly to Panama and you're going to get married. The lawyer's going to do it.
That too.
It's going to cost you $140.
We can go to the party.
Yes.
We can be the winner.
Yes.
We'll throw a
We can
party
be the winner.
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't get one issued from your country, you
We just make a wedding party here.
it's happened several times. People get married.
Yeah,
at
we
the
just had the same
Oh, we have a
question
nice-
right after you
I have a
too.
nice outdoor area. We can do the same.
David
one.
was
Yeah.
married in Honduras and asking the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do a wedding
You
We
here.
can
do
get
hear
that
it a
done.
lot.
You can get married here.
She got certified to
Just
be.
a court
She's certified to get people married.
yeah, we can have a big wedding too. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Let's go all out. Okay. We have wedding planners, everything.
Edward is asking pet transportation and cost.
Okay, can you bring a question? Oh, yeah, pet transportation services and costs. Well, Edward, I don't know where you're coming from, where you're going to, so I can't. But yes, we do offer pet-friendly transportation. What that means is the dog does not have to stay in the crate. You can hold your cat in your lap. You don't have to crate the animals. They'll stop wherever you need to go, wherever your pets need to go. I guess where you need to go too. And to feed them, they'll stop at pet stores for shopping, anything you want.
So, sorry, Teresa here says, we just want to clarify, it's not a question, but she says, my attorney introduced me to a bank. I need to provide $1,500 deposit to open. So
Yeah.
that is your usable money in your account.
Yeah, you're not paying that to anyone. Every bank has a required deposit, and they just like to know that you're liquid to be an account. So you deposit $1,500, you go tomorrow, and you can take out $1,500 if you want.
Mhm.
The bank still stays open.
Louisa said she got our book.
Yay!
Woo! John, you guys are amazing. Wealth of info. What
Well, thank you,
expat
John.
areas do you recommend?
Well,
Everywhere we visit on our tour, basically.
there's an article coming out tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, John. It's about the 6 expat areas, and that's not all. We love even more of them. It talks about Boquete, Coronado, Panama City, Petitsi, David, Bocas del Toro, Volcan. Like, it talks about all those areas and why we like them. And yeah, so there's just, we love Boquete in the Cherokee region, and like, it's been our home for 13 to 16 years. And so maybe we're a little bit biased there, but if you want to come out and check out it all out, fine. But if you think you want to be in the mountains, come check us out. And after all the sales tonight, there's still a couple spots left in August.
Cheryl asks, how long can you stay in Airbnb in order to give yourself enough time to look for a rental? Can you stay several months if you need to? Yes, but we would usually tell our guests if they want to find a rental, boots on the ground, to stay, get a rental, an Airbnb for at least a couple weeks.
Yeah.
A month would be
a
plenty.
month is great.
Yeah.
Rentals in Panama don't last more than 30 days. So when you land here, what your rentals agent is showing you, they want rented by the first of the next month.
Yeah, and sometimes takes a little bit. So
Yeah.
maybe in the beginning you can rent 6 months here, 6 months there if you like the location, until you find a very perfect house or apartment. Megan and I took us how many years, baby?
To find our
To find
dream
our-
spot.
Yeah, exactly.
5, 6.
5-6 years,
Yeah.
and we are.
We've lived in so many different rentals, which has been great
Yeah.
because we've got to learn all the different
Yeah.
microclimates and neighborhoods of
And now we
Boquete.
know what we want. And then we love where we are right now. We're so grateful with the landlord is nothing but such a sweetheart. And yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey Carter, if it says your browser's not
Yeah.
supported, you remember, are you using a Safari browser? Because I reported that bug to them last time. And you're the only one that, have you updated that browser?
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Mary, is it best to own a car?
If you have a full independency and
Definitely.
reliable transportation move around, yes. Now, depending on where you are, we can suggest you the best brand. If you're looking to secondhand, that you want to have something healthy budget, so that you're not getting into a project. Right now, there is some affordable, great quality, brand new vehicles like Suzuki. Suzuki is a great Japanese brand. They're offering reliable and affordable brand new vehicles.
Yeah. I would say a majority of expats choose to purchase,
Mhm.
but some people still
I
use
still
public
know a lot
transport.
of,
Yeah.
more single people seem not to have cars.
It's all the relative,
But-
depending where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
If you're in
get
Panama
by
City,
without
definitely you
one.
don't need a car.
Yeah,
Ted?
Panama City, though, yeah.
Ted is looking forward to getting his
Yeah.
book.
You will be getting it soon, Ted. And Deanne, we have a wedding in January, guys.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, we're invited.
They're on their tour.
Awesome. I love it. You'll be a first
January wedding
retire in Panama wedding.
Because
I
it's
love
summer here in January, don't forget, folks.
Perfect. Looking forward to
Yeah,
the
very much.
reception.
Yes, this is live every week.
Every
this
Thursday.
is a fun group. The
Yeah.
fun
Just,
Q&A.
it's not just the fun, it's like the real deal. You guys get the real
Real
deal with
answer.
us.
Yeah.
No butterflies, no rainbows, no, just
That's
real.
right. Edward asks, is Asuero a good expat place to live?
It is.
Yeah.
If he agrees with you.
That's
you
why
agree
we
with
spend
the
a day and a
location.
half there. But it's our number 3 destination.
It's definitely like way more local culture, which
Yeah.
I think is awesome. If you love Panama, you're going to love that. But if it's going to be really difficult for you to maybe immerse yourself in a whole new culture, learn Spanish, really slow down, maybe it'll be a little bit harder. But the Asuero is one of the friendliest, most relaxed, fun places in the country for local culture.
Chitre is one of the most amazing cities. It's so undervalued. Chitre is my people. They're just freaking sweet. There's a lot going on the weekends. Very developed city. Yeah, it's hot, but it is affordable, and people very nice down there.
All right, it's
Okay,
8
let's
o'clock.
see
We're gonna
what
take
you
the
can-
last
yeah.
3 questions.
3 questions, guys. No more
Kim?
answering questions. Come next week.
Yeah, Kim is asking about microclimates in Boquete. Is there a description of this somewhere?
Yeah, so let's say where we are right now. It will be sunny, beautiful, and then with 5 minutes up the hill, it might be cloudy and rainy.
Or over at Oscar's house.
Or if you're going opposite, it might be the dozen cats falling down with a mile. So yeah, that's the microclimates. Also, if you go 500 meters up, you find out more cooler.
There are people who have weather stations all over the district, and there's somebody who compiles all of that information.
Yes.
So if you want to look through the data of it, there's definitely a website for that.
Yeah, BoqueteWeather.com.
BoqueteWeather.com.
Lloyd Price's site, and he compiles all that weather and describes some of the different
But it's-
climates. And
It's
stuff.
extremely difficult in
I
a
have a
few
weather
sentences
station
to
in my
describe.
house, so
Yeah.
it's posted on our website. I think in the upper corner still.
Can expats finance a car?
You can. From the first year you move here, it'll be more difficult. But once you're established and you have an electrical bill in your name and a cell phone and a cable bill and you have a credit profile, then you can. You're going to pay between 20 and 40% down payment, depending on how, and it's going to be, it has to be a new car, and depending on how long you've been here and what your credit profile says. I highly recommend getting a credit card if you're looking to do that for your first year. You're going to have to guarantee that credit card in your savings account. No big deal, because let's say you get a $2,000 credit card and they'll hold $2,000 in your savings for the first year or two. And just use that card to build your credit rating, because your credit rating does not come with you.
Awesome. David, we hope to see you. That would be so cool. We know you've been on for a while.
Ah, yes.
And
Okay.
for everybody, I saw a comment come through on Facebook. All of our live Q&As, the recordings live on our Facebook page and our YouTube
And our
channel
YouTube channel.
at
Mhm.
Retire in Panama. You can find us on YouTube. So you can go back and rewatch us. And if you're like me, watch it at 2 times speed so you can get through it quicker.
Yeah. And thank you, Eric and Terry, and there's one more who are coming with us in Cherokee Highlands tours this
Oh,
year.
awesome.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to meeting you.
Perfect.
Thanks for all the questions.
Thanks for the
Alrighty.
questions.
Alrighty.
Thank you for your time tonight. I hope you have a great night, great evening. Be well.
See you next week.
See you
See you
guys.
next week.